Well, hello, friends. You are at Perfectly Imperfect Designs. My name is Teresa, and today I'm going to make a farmhouse wreath using this sign with the double buffalo check hearts. It is a 9x7 sign. I'm also going to choose between these 4 ribbons. You absolutely do not have to have 4 ribbons. You can do this with 2 ribbons. So let's get started on the wreath form. Today I'm going to be using a 14-inch wire wreath frame that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. And the way that I'm going to wire this up is I'm going to take one pipe cleaner, wrap it around the 2 bars closest to the center in the middle of the section. Tie that on good. Now I'm going to take 2 more pipe cleaners and put those on the outside 2 bars, still working on the same section of the wreath. Grab one more. Every section, a section is between the crossbars, will have 3 pipe cleaners. When the wreath frame is completed, we will have 18 pipe cleaners on the wreath. It is a good idea after you apply your pipe cleaners to pull the one that's closest to the middle in and the other 2 facing out. We have 6 sections on the wreath frame. They're all going to look the same. The mesh that I'm going to be using today is this 10-inch wide black border stripe mesh. I'm also going to be using white with black border stripes. Today, I'm going to be cutting the mesh into 10-inch pieces. So each one of these will be cut to 10 inches. The way that I cut my mesh, I put it on my mat, rolling down towards the mat. That way you don't have to fuss with it that much rolling up. So I start out at the 0. And I'm going to be using a rotary cutter. If you're using a rotary cutter, make sure that you have a self-healing mat underneath. It will dig into whatever you're cutting it on. So I'm just going to the 10 and simply cutting it. All of the mesh that I'm using is going to be cut, again, to 10 inches. If you do not have a rotary cutter, you can use scissors. Okay, now we are going to move on to the ribbons. I have this 2.5-inch red and black buffalo check ribbon. All of my ribbons are cut to 12 inches. So again, I start at the 0, bring it out to the 12, and cut it. So again, my ribbons are cut to 12 inches. This is how you dovetail. Fold the ribbon in half. Always cut from the folded side towards the wire. Cut up. And it gives it a very pretty finished look. I do this to both sides. And of course, I do this to all 4 of the ribbons that I'm going to be using. Okay, friends, when you get done putting your pipe cleaners on your wreath frame, it should look like this if you're wiring it up the way that I'm doing it. I take the outside pipe cleaners and push them down, pointing out, and the inside pointing to the inside of the wreath so that we don't skip any, get confused, or what have you. Okay, you guys, the way that I'm going to do the mesh, I'm going to use 2 white tube-like bundles with 1 black going up the middle. Crisscross the white. Put the black in the center. And then I'm just going to fold it in the middle, scrunch it together, and put it down into the pipe cleaner. They're kind of like curls. Not quite. They look more like a tube, but it really fills out the wreath nicely. So this is what I will be doing all the way around the outside of the wreath frame. I will do one more with you guys, and then I'm going to carry on around the outside of the wreath. Okay, you guys, when you're placing your bundles down onto the wreath form, make sure they are going sideways and not up and down, if that makes any sense. Now I'm going to complete the outside of the wreath form. Okay, you guys, I've completed the mesh all the way around the outside. It's nice and full. Now we still have the 6 pipe cleaners on the inside of the wreath. Let me move this over a bit. For the center, I'm just going to be adding black with white border stripe. And I'm going to crisscross these, only 2, and put them down into the pipe cleaner. Okay, the next one. You don't want to roll it too tight. You're pretty much making a tube-like shape instead of a curl. Fold it together. And tie it in there. Pull them up as you go. I decided to put the black with white border stripe in the middle because when we get to the center of the wreath, I will already have my sign prepared to go on, a place to put my bow, all the ribbons, and the embellishments. Friends, I'm going to finish the middle, and when I get back, we'll move on to the ribbons and the bow. Okay, I've completed the base of our wreath. Now you want to go around and make sure your pipe cleaners are visible and standing up because we're going to be putting ribbon in them. You guys remember, you can get mesh from Hobby Lobby, Michael's, pretty much any craft store. I've even seen it at Walmart before. All right, my pipe cleaners are visible. For this wreath, I'm going to have 2 sets of 2 ribbons. First set's going to be this red and black buffalo check with the heart ribbon. And what I do is I fold these in half and crease them, so when I pick them up to put them on my wreath, they're already ready to go. Along with this set of ribbons, black and white buffalo check with the pretty little hearts going down. Again, I fold it in half. It's wired ribbon, so it's going to stay. And we'll just start with this one. If you can hold it all in your hand and scrunch it, you do it like that. I like to put mine down on the table and pinch it together, fluff out my ribbon, pulling it straight out. And you can start adding your ribbons wherever you choose to. I like for my ribbons to come up and out. Just like this. Put the next one on and I'll turn it around and show you. Crease it in the middle where I had it folded. Pinch it. You want your ribbons to come up and out. They'll bend the way you want them to because, like I said, there's wire in there. We're alternating every other set with the previous set. So this one has the red and black buffalo check with the glittery hearts. And I'm just going to be going around, switching back and forth. Again, you don't have to have 4 ribbons for this. You could pick 2 and do the whole wreath. Here's what the ribbons look like so far. Alternating back. Pinch it in the middle. I've started on the outside of my wreath frame. You can start wherever you choose. And you want your ribbons up and out. And don't forget, you guys, I have this sign and the ribbon available in my Etsy shop listed below, or just the sign. Okay, back to the red and black buffalo check. I'm going to do one more with you guys and I'm going to move on. Okay, friends, I'm going to go around the outside of the wreath, adding the ribbons. When I get back, we'll do the inside and make a bow. Okay, you guys, I have the outside ribbons put on the base of our wreath. Just making sure they're all fanned out. I still have 6 on the inside to do. Make sure your pipe cleaners are all standing up and visible. I'll do a couple of these with you and I will move on and complete the inside. So here's our pipe cleaner. Again, we're just going to be alternating back and forth between the 2 sets of ribbons. You want to get way down in there if your ribbons are not straight. Okay, so we're putting the inside ribbons on. I just twist my pipe cleaners, not cutting them off yet, because I don't know what kind of embellishments yet. I have a few. And you want to fan out the ribbons. Goes perfectly with the sign. Crunch it in the middle. And just like we did to the outside, I'm going to do to the inside. All the supplies that I'm using, along with the ribbons and the wreath sign, are listed below. If you go below the video and you hit more, the description will come up. Okay, I'm going to finish the remaining 4 on the inside. When we get back, we will make a bow. Bring down your towel. Okay, when you get done pulling your bow off and fluffing the loops, this is approximately what your bow should look like. So we have the bow ready to go on the wreath. The wreath sign, I have put cable mounts on the back of it. I'm using these for pipe cleaner mounts. I do not like to put holes in my sign, so I do use these. Take a pipe cleaner, stick it through there, and twist it onto itself. I'm going to do the exact same thing to all 4 of these, and we will start putting this on the wreath. Okay, you guys, I brought the wreath back over here. I am going to plug in my glue gun. I'm going to add a few roses to this when we get done. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and put the sign on. I've decided to put the sign at the top and the bow around the bottom, up towards the center more than the very bottom of the wreath. And I want to put my double buffalo check hearts up here at the top. So I have a darning needle. I put the pipe cleaner through it. And then I just go down through the mesh until I figure out where the perfect placement for this is. Okay, I do corner to corner. Get it down in there. And pull it through as well. And I have one more. This just makes it easier for me to go straight through the deco mesh, not having to go around anything and, you know, worrying about scrunching things. Well, hello, Whittle. Whittle came to join us, you guys. Turn the wreath over. I'm just going to go to the closest crossbar at this point and just kind of set it. I do not tie my sign on tight, or, you know, I do not put my sign on for good until I've checked it all out, making sure this is exactly where I want it. I will, of course, go back and tighten this up more. Oh. Here's my Whittle cat right here. If you guys remember him, he is a lot bigger than he used to be. Now I'm going to take my bow and place it right about here. Hoping you guys can see good. Okay. There you go. One of my studio lights, one of my video lights went out, so I'm hoping you can see good still. Okay, so then I just take my bow, put the pipe cleaners through the needle. This is like a darning needle, yarn needle, what have you. So then I'm just going to go through the mesh again. I don't want my bow looking like it's going to jump off the bottom, so put it about where I think I'm going to want it. And I do like it right here. Now I'm going to turn my glue gun on and add some embellishments. Okay friends, I have placed some roses on here. I just set them where I think they may want to go. I'm going to take my hot glue gun, put some glue on there, and I'm just going to stick them down in here so they're barely peeking out. That one can go right across from there. That'll look cute. I don't want to overwhelm it with roses. I have 2 in here. Maybe I'll put 2 that do not have the baby's breath with them, or 3. Just have to see here. Yeah, I think I'm going to put this rose bud. I don't know about that. I don't know if I like that. Could put the rosebud right in the middle. Yeah, that's kind of cute. Yes, I do like that. I'm going to add this rose to the center. And hey, you guys, if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe and share with your family and friends. It really helps me out a lot here on YouTube. Set the rose right in there. And I think I will go from here. So, it turned out really cute. I really like it. I am going to get pictures of this up on the wall. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my Etsy shop down below. I have plenty of wreath signs and ribbons in there. And I will see you all in my next video. Thank you so much. Bye for now.